Morning after Donald Trump has won the presidential election, it is a glorious day, and this is our initial thoughts from a Gen Z girl
and a millennial mom.
I think that for the last 4 years, Americans have been holding our breaths, waiting to see if this is a blip on our record or if this is the true direction of the future of our country. So I am so proud of Americans for showing up and not only electing Donald Trump as our 47th president, but also a huge red wave across the country. He has doubled his numbers in major cities like my hometown of New York City. So I'm really hopeful for my future, and this is just an amazing day. I'm so happy.
Honestly, today is completely surreal. It doesn't even feel like it happened, but it totally did by a landslide. We completely demolished and embarrassed them. It's fantastic. But truly, it feels like we have secured the future of America. We have secured the future for our children. We are going to be securing the border. America is moving in the right direction. Finally, again.
Too big to rig, baby. Too big to rig, baby.
Well, the companies pay the tariffs, not us.
What's one of your biggest issues?
My biggest issue is probably going to be inflation, because I'm a business owner and it hit me hard because I sell T-shirts and all that stuff.
Your T-shirts are made in the USA?
No, my blanks, no. See, that's the problem. They're not, because a blank in USA cost me $20. I can't afford that. But see, that's the thing Trump's talking about. Manufacturing. All these companies have sold out over to the sweatshops. If we tax them, hit tariffs, the same item they're making over there will cost the same to make over here.
We pay the tariffs.
The companies pay the tariffs, not us. Anything.
China doesn't pay the tariffs. We do when they come in.
No, it doesn't work like that. No, whoever's importing is paying the taxes, man.
Do you think that? You believe that?
Because I was trying to say, because I sell merch as well.
So if I sell you something for $10, right? And then you're going to sell it to him for $20.
Exactly.
But then I make you pay me $15 for it. Are you still going to sell it to him for $20?
Am I going to sell it to him for $20?
If I raise the price $5.
Oh, it's going to have to go up.
Right. So
the consumer foots the bill.
Have a good day.
Who pays the tariffs?
Foreign countries pay the tariffs.
Okay.
And let's talk about
No. Wait, we're talking about tariffs. So the product comes in from China, it gets on a ship, right, and then it comes in, and I'm the American manufacturer. I'm going to use that stuff from China. Who paid the tariff on it?
The Chinese government pays the tariff.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You're thinking because you're paying more for that product. Because the Chinese product,
it's going to be more expensive. It is.
But look what's happening now, guys. You go to Europe. I travel to China often. I travel to Europe often. You don't see like a Buick in China, but you see these Asians. You see these BMWs, Audi, and all that. Why do you think?
I really need you to understand is who is paying the tariff?
The government that is manufacturing that product. Is all we're saying is this. Look, I just want it to be even. Instead of us paying 400% of tariffs.
How you doing?
Hey, good. I want
to say, I'm an importer and an exporter for 20 years.
Okay.
When a product comes into the US, there's something called a tariff sheet.
Okay.
I, as the buyer of that product, follow US law and pay the tariff.
The tariffs are working. If you're 50 years old and have a 401k, you've lost about $74,000 in the past 3 months. Does that feel like it's working?
No, I've lost more than that.
I made the shirt right after the mugshot came out because it's one of the most, important photos of all time.
Yeah. Why is it important?
It just shows you how corrupt the system is, that he could be, arrested and shown in front of everyone, like in this embarrassing manner on totally trumped up charges.
Do you feel that it would be government overreach to try and take or limit people's ability to have firearms?
I don't feel that way. It is that way. Yeah, it would be. The Second Amendment guarantees our right to keep and bear arms.
Would it be government overreach to enter someone's home, a U.S. citizen, without a search warrant?
Absolutely. Wouldn't you?
That's allowed to happen right now. Donald Trump has ordered that people ICE agents can enter homes without a warrant.
He has?
Yes.
I don't know.
Is that government overreach?
Your government overreach.
What are your thoughts on the deportations that have happened so far?
Well, I like to call them homecomings because you came to our country. We paid for it. We put you up. We fed you. And now we're sending you home where you came from. It should be a celebration.
A lot of these people are being sent to El Salvador, even if they're not from El Salvador.
To me, I don't care where they get sent to. They don't belong here.
Do you like that he's kind of trying to influence universities and what's taught in universities?
Yes.
Are you behind that as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pressure he's putting on Harvard to kind of change the way they're doing things?
Yes. Yeah.
Did it seem strange a little bit that he started Trump University and then had to pay $25 million because it was deemed a fraud, but he wants to tell other universities how to teach?
I don't
I'm like a huge Trump supporter, so I don't have an issue with that.
Gen Z male Trump voters are emotionally unstable, but for some reason they believe that success is having kids and being married. Emotional stability to them is at the bottom of the list, according to a new study. Meanwhile, women who voted for Harris are prioritizing emotional stability, mental health, personal growth, and having a fulfilling career. Marriage and kids are barely even on the list. Here's the thing. A huge contributor to the male loneliness epidemic is y'all's refusal to actually think about what a woman might want and prioritize. Emotional stability, connection, growth. That's what matters to the women that you actually want. And let's be honest, you conservative men only chase liberal women anyway, so maybe what they value should influence how you behave and what you think about. So if you're a man under 30 and you find yourself single with no prospects, ask yourself, are you emotionally stable?
The African-American mother of 5, an educated woman. And let me tell you, I love when my masculine man puts on his MAGA hat. Why? I love it when he wears his MAGA hat because not just because he looks sexy in it, y'all, but because it represents, look, show him, baby. Ooh, because it represents this man's commitment to God, his commitment to his country, and his commitment to his family. And that is why I love it when my man, my husband of 18 years, wears his MAGA hats, because this is a symbol of making America great.
White people say that they are ashamed that their race voted for this man in this administration. But I just want to let y'all know, there's some of us too. There is some of us too. The delusion and the ignorance is real. The first thing that woman said was that she was educated. An educated Black woman. And yet, you said it with all your chest. Oh, it was such a turn on to see that man in that hat. That Black man. As a Black woman, you said that was a turn on to see that Black man in that hat. Sis, do you realize? Do you still feel that way? Please tell me this video is old. Because let me tell you something, MAGA is one thing, but Black MAGA, that's a whole different animal. Sis, that is just fucking outright disrespectful. Do you not see? I just want to take you and shake you. I don't even want to disrespect you by name calling and all of this petting. I don't even want to do that. I just want to wake you up. I almost pity you. I want to wake you up. Y'all do your girl a favor, blue supporters who believe in democracy, hit all your girls' buttons. Let's talk about it.
I made this shirt right after the mugshot came out because it's one of the most, important photos of all time.
Yeah. Why is it important?
It just shows you how corrupt the system is, that he could be, arrested and shown in front of everyone, like in this embarrassing manner on totally trumped up charges.
And trumped up charges, what does that mean?
Let's see, this one was from the Georgia one. Let's see, that one was for the election integrity one. Am I correct on that?
Well, it was about maybe trying to steal the election and intimidate people because he lost Georgia.
Yeah, well,
But should leaders be able to pressure people to change election results?
Yeah, why not?
If you look at the polling right now, Generation Z, my generation, is the most conservative generation that we've had since at least when Ronald Reagan was president. And that says a lot about not only the Trump movement, because Trump and his movement have a very different appeal to young people than, say, the old school GOP that's being carried on by, say, Nikki Haley or Mike Pence. But it's something that is really inspiring and helping bring that energy to young people, because they see the country that they live in today is not the country that their parents and grandparents enjoyed. It is not the country that they read about in school books. It's not the country that they read about in history books growing up. It's a different country, and they're angry about it, and that's what Trump speaks to. And so, look, the polling shows that the conservative movement is winning among young people, and I see it on my campus every day here at UD, which is a Catholic school, albeit, but the energy here for Republicans is pretty notable. However, the issue comes with the fact that conservatives are not properly engaging these young people. These young people, while they do hold conservative views, while they are voting for the Republican Party when they are voting, they're not getting super involved in the process. In many cases, a lot of these conservative young people are not voting. And in pretty much almost all cases, they're not voicing their opinions publicly, and they're not joining clubs or like-minded organizations that can empower them and help apply them in the field.
Watch the moment I debated Trump's ex-press secretary after he lied and claimed that Democrats want more violent criminals in the country. Watch it.
With all due respect, what you were saying about Jasmine Crockett, that is not at all what she was saying in the clip. The idea that she wants to bring more undocumented criminals into the United States, she was simply saying, if you watch the broader clip and not just a 10-second portion of it, that we should go through the proper processes. These people should have due process when we're deporting them. That was simply the argument that she was making. The idea that we have to revive centuries-old wartime laws when we have the processes in place. So I don't like that you're taking Jasmine Crockett's words and trying to make it seem like she's for more violent criminals. Do you genuinely think Democrats like me want more violent criminals in the country? You think that I genuinely want that? I don't.
She's fighting against deporting them. The obvious inverse of that would be bringing them into this country. So obviously
she's fighting against deporting them without due process. She says go through the proper channels.
Why are you here at the Donald Trump rally today?
I'm here because our generation, specifically Gen Z, these 20-year-old kids, they don't want to step out. They think this election's so shallow. Oh, I don't want to step out just because I'm not exactly sure. But we have to realize the deeper meaning behind this election. It's not just politics. This is truly evil. This is a spiritual war in our country.
What have they been feeding this man? Whatever it is, his local church must be absolutely unhinged.
Do you think Kamala is qualified to be president?
Somebody that cackles all the time and laughs at everything under the sun? Are you kidding me?
A woman experiencing joy, not your thing?
Yeah, apparently a black educated woman just can't be president in this country, because that might actually lead to some positive change. And we can't have that, right?
Said your dead mother voted for Biden?
Yeah. She would have turned over in her grave if she knew.
Can you tell me about how you discovered that?
How else would he win?
Well, is that true or not? It's not true.
No.
Just like her God, the old stinky orange man. She lies and lies. It's not even about truth anymore. They're just doing it for the love of the game.
Why are you so obsessed with Trump?
I like how he's funny. He's a funny.
How's he funny to you?
The 2015 debates. You're fat, you're stupid. I just loved it. I felt like his personality was my personality.
He's like has a 15-year-old sense of humor.
Exactly. But I love that.
You know, people say, oh, Trumpster, that's a cult, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like cult is such a negative word. We are not a cult. We are a group of Americans that love our country and want it fast.
Are there any old hits or things you hope he goes back to?
Oh gosh, I feel like whatever he spews out of his mouth, I just love it.
How should a leader handle someone like Vladimir Putin?
Peace through strength.
Peace through strength. What do you think about Donald Trump when he called Vladimir Putin a genius? Is that him being tough?
I think he has a way of playing with words.
Yeah, definitely. Like saying the opposite of what a patriot would say.
Donald Trump now has 91 indictments against him. Does that bother you?
They haven't been able to do anything to him yet. Well, that in itself tells me that they're lies. They're just bringing them up, just like they did that Thomas guy when he was going for the Supreme Court, and he's now a member of it.
What do you think of the trans issue right now? That seems to be a big talking point here.
I don't think it should be indoctrinated into kids.
Indoctrinated in what way?
Indoctrinated in what way? Putting trans flags in elementary kids' schools' rooms because they're pretty colors.
Those flags, they offend you.
They don't offend me. I think they cause problems for young people.
To see a flag like that in their school?
No, to have colors like that.
For some students, he was the only one speaking to their concerns.
A couple of years ago, I started finding more people because I got so tired of this not being able to speak my mind. So I needed to find people that actually knew how to say things to I'm forgetting the words. I'm sorry.
You needed somebody to be more articulate for you.
Yes, because you see me like right now, I can't put words together. So
you're looking for somebody to put words in your mouth.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, not like that exactly.
That's not, well, that's what I was doing right there.
Yes.
What I'm talking about is what Charlie Kirk kind of does inside.
Yes, yes.
Yes, he puts the words in your mouth.
Yeah, making enough sense for me so I memorize what he says, then I can freely say it to...
Exactly. So basically, his words become your own.
Yes.
His thoughts become your own.
It's awesome.
When you think about January 6th, do you think Mike Pence was in the right for certifying the election results, for upholding his duty to the Constitution, or do you think he should have stopped that peaceful transfer of power?
I think he should have. Trump and people in Trump's administration were requesting him to delay it so they could look into the court cases that were going on, because when he did this, a lot of the court cases were still ongoing. And there were still a lot of investigation.
Most of them had been closed, and 33 of them were actually shot down due to evidentiary reasons, these court cases. They brought this evidence, and they said there's not enough evidence. About 13, or maybe it was 14 of the cases were actually rescinded. They were pulled by the people who brought the cases, and then another 15 or so were shot down based on standing. So, which makes me wonder, all of these court cases that he brought, I just don't think there was enough evidence to overturn the election.
And which states were these in? Just out of the few,
all the key swing states. So a lot of the cases were in Georgia, of course. There was a case in Pennsylvania and Arizona. So all of these, the Fulton County cases, of course. So a lot of these judges, though, were appointed by Donald Trump himself. So he appointed these people because he trusted them, and they said, hey, there's not enough evidence for election fraud. And then you see people in Trump's cabinet that he trusted with his life. People like Mike Pence, people like Bill Barr, people like Mark Meadows, Mark Esper. All of these people kept saying, hey, man, there's not enough evidence. So sometimes it scares me when Trump kept pushing that lie, doubling down on what I think was an election fraud lie. And then this all culminated into January 6th, where he holds a rally 10 minutes from the ellipse, and then he says...
What did he say? What did he say?
For the months leading up to it, he kept saying, every institution is against you. Everybody in America is lying to you. You can't trust this. You can't trust that. There is election fraud. So when people go to the Capitol on the day Mike Pence is certifying the election results, and they interrupt the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in American history, they delayed it by, I think it was like 6 hours. They had to do it later, maybe 8 hours. That scares me, because I like the Constitution. When we saw Mike...
We all do too, and we're trying to save it from people that are trying to destroy it. But I will say this, and this has to be very...
Didn't Donald Trump himself say he wants to terminate the laws and the rules in the Constitution?
He was concerned with some of the rulings and was concerned with how they were being connected to the Constitution. That was what he was saying.
I went viral yesterday because I posted this NBC Gen Z poll that was crazy. But quite a few people commented that women who voted for Harris and men who voted for Trump were polar opposites. So I stitched them to be interpartisan and intergender, and let's go through them all now. Okay, for interpartisan, women who voted for Trump versus men who voted for Trump. Their top priority is financial independence. Their bottom priority is able to retire early, make family and community proud. For Gen Z men who voted for Trump, their top priority is having children and financial independence. Their bottom priority is the ability to retire early and have emotional stability. It seems like interpartisan, for conservative men and women, they do not have the same values at all. Alright, now Gen Z women who voted for Harris versus Gen Z men who voted for Harris. This is interesting. Women who voted for Harris, top choices were fulfilling job career, having money to do things that they wanted, emotional stability, and their bottom was being married and having children. For men, their top was fulfilling job career, having money to do the things that they want, using talent and resources to help others. Their bottom was ability to retire early and being grounded spiritually. While they share almost the same top priorities, the difference lies in the bottom part. You can see that men care more about making their family proud than focusing on spiritual grounding, which shows that they lack some healing. Whereas there is a little bit more balance between making family proud and community proud and being grounded spiritually with women. Now let's look at intergender between women who voted for Trump and women who voted for Harris. Women who voted for Trump's top four: financial independence, fulfilling job and career, owning a home, being grounded spiritually. Their bottom, able to retire early, making family and community proud. Damn. Women who voted for Harris: fulfilling job, career, having money to do things that they want, having emotional stability, and using talents and resources to help others. Their bottom is being married and having children. There's actually a lot of differences in these charts. I'll let y'all talk about that in the comments. By the way, my name is Rasha. I study psychology in UCLA and computer science, whatever. And then I work on my own astrology startup. That doesn't matter. Give me a follow because I talk about this stuff all the time, and y'all didn't follow me last time. Finally, men who voted for Trump versus men who voted for Harris. As we've seen, men who voted for Trump, having children, financial independence, fulfilling job and career, and being married were their top choices, whereas retiring early and emotional stability and using talent and resources for others were at their bottom. For men who voted for Harris, top, fulfilling job, career, using money to do things you want, using talents and resources to help others, financial independence, emotional stability is up there too. At the bottom, able to retire early, being grounded spiritually. It's clear here that men think about career and financial success, but it does look like men who voted for Harris care more about community, morals, and ethics, and doing careers around that, whereas men who care about this are very focused on their family. Let me know what you think about all of these charts. It is so fascinating. There are so many ways to look at this, so analyze them and give me your opinion. And don't forget to follow. Come on.
She said this about Trump supporters wearing MAGA hats.
And by the way, out there, that hat that you keep wearing, that red hat that says "Make America Great Again," that tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh. So, do you guys agree with her statement on that?
Oh. That is a terrible take. There's a difference between MAGA and swastika. The Nazi social. Wow! Make sure you do your research first, and make sure that you know what you're talking about before you say anything stupid on air like that.
The group, the demographic who are leading that charge towards the MAGA movement is Gen Z, the young people in our country. Liberalism is dying for a lot of reasons, ladies and gentlemen, and key among them is they've lost the youth movement. Liberal organizations on social media losing followers daily.
When you look at what's going on now, it's not, the only difference is they're not physically hanging us or beating us anymore. Instead, they're putting chains on the mind, trying to convince us that we're still in the victim mentality. My ancestors would be ashamed of the radical agenda that the Democrats are pushing now. If y'all really care about black people, why don't we see y'all in our communities helping us? Yeah. I tell you what conservatives has, they have Blexit. We have Blexit, who are in inner city communities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you want to say one side is racist? I don't know.
And you look at like, Black Lives Matter, for example. They burnt down the inner cities.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them businesses were owned by black people who are now out of business. And they destroyed a lot of people's livelihoods. They didn't hurt the corporations and the big businesses too much because they have insurance, but the small businesses were the people that got hurt.
Absolutely.
And they destroyed, in a lot of cases, their own communities and, enriched themselves.
Absolutely.
Got glorified on the media, and, now they're not there helping anybody.
Absolutely, and our people are just so blind to it, and it's just sad. And I think America, we have come so far. Have we done some not so great things? Absolutely, every country has. But this is the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that just because I live here. You just look every other country in the world. No one has what we have.
We want to make a change for our generation. We don't want any more of the left-wing radical ideas. We want none of that.
Honor your elders, honor your father and mother. Spare the rod, spoil the kid. I believe in spanking still. Capital punishment. If kids don't get it before they're 3 years old, they're out of control.
You want capital punishment for kids?
Whack.
You're looking for somebody to put words in your mouth.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, not like that exactly.
That's what I was doing right there.
Yes.
Well, what I'm talking about is what Charlie Kirk kind of does inside.
Yes.
Yes, he puts the words in your mouth.
Yeah, making enough sense for me so I memorize what he says, then I can freely say it to...
Exactly. So basically, his words become your own.
Yes.
Would you like to see him run for a third term?
I would. Yeah. I would.
Would you vote for him?
Of course I would. Wholeheartedly.
Are you worried about the Constitution?
Everything will be worked out. Everything will be worked out. Yeah, it will. It would be wonderful. I hope he makes it.
Do you think he's going to win this year?
Absolutely.
100%?
100%.
Want to bet $100 on it? That he wins New York State. $100 that Donald Trump wins New York State.
I hope so, yes.
Okay. All right, can I get your contact? Can I get your contact info so I can collect my bet if I win?
Mark Zuckerberg announcing that the Meta platforms will no longer be fact-checking because it's considered politically motivated tells me everything I need to know. It tells me that he's been bought and paid for, just like Elon Musk, by Trump and the MAGA movement. And he knows that the MAGA movement and Trump's entire platform falls to pieces once you start to incorporate facts. He knows that the facts say that illegal immigrants are 60% less likely to commit a violent crime than a United States-born citizen. He knows that the facts say that the wall at the southern border was a total waste of American tax dollars because it's ineffective. The facts say that trans people are not disproportionately more likely to attack a child or a woman in a bathroom than your average white man. He knows that the facts say that Donald Trump was found liable not once but twice for sexually abusing a woman. He knows that the facts say that tariffs will increase the cost of consumer goods in the United States. He knows that the facts say that we had to bail out U.S. farmers during Trump's first term because of the trade war that he started with China. The facts say that Donald Trump's economic plan will likely lead to a recession or potentially a depression. I could go on all night long fact-checking Donald Trump's entire platform. But I know that that's pointless because the people who actually need to hear it, the people who voted the wrong way this time, will not watch this whole video. Because they cannot handle their entire ideology being disenfranchised by facts. And that's why Trump is interfering with social media. That's why he is paying them off to not fact check anymore. Because it allows him to post whatever he wants. He can lie about COVID, he can lie about the bird flu, he can lie about raw milk, and he will never see any consequences. Marjorie Taylor Greene can go on Instagram and talk about how Democrats created hurricanes in the South. I am so tired of people discrediting facts and research and calling it liberal propaganda. People think that going to college is indoctrination. They think that people who spend their entire life's work researching a topic are trying to indoctrinate people to become liberal. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, they couldn't even comprehend that Kamala Harris is Indian and black at the same time. They didn't even understand how that was possible. The MAGA movement is literally the downfall, the absolute downfall of human intelligence. Fuck Elon Musk, fuck Mark Zuckerberg, fuck Donald Trump, and his entire cabinet. Fuck all of them. They are making people question what is reality and what isn't reality anymore. Because they don't care about facts, they don't care about science, they don't care about research, they don't believe it. Like, it's fucking exhausting to talk to these people, or to even listen to them speak. If TikTok actually gets deleted, there's like 0% chance that I'm gonna make any content, because I don't want to use any of those other platforms.
So this is for all you young Gen Z voters who voted for Donald Trump. This is for you. So whoever you listened to who said Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Project 2025 was going to make America great again. I don't know. Was it Joe Rogan? Was it Charlie Kirk? Who was it? They all lied to you. Yep. Here's the headline. Fortune magazine. Top economists and Jerome Powell agree that Gen Z's hiring nightmare is real, and it's not about AI eating entry-level jobs. Here's the takeaway. There was this conference. It had all kinds of economy bigwigs, heads of banks, and you name it. And they all agreed. Kids graduating from college, kids graduating from high school are having a hard time finding a job because the jobs are not out there. This administration is barely creating any new jobs. For all sorts of reasons the people you listen to haven't been telling you about. And the jobs that are being created are jobs that are called functionally unemployed. You're working, but you're functionally unemployed because you're making poverty wages with shit benefits. That's the situation. And the biggest takeaway from this article is they said this is a uniquely American plight. It's only happening in the United States. Gen Z and those with college degrees are finding all sorts of entry-level, really good jobs around the fucking world. So put on your Make America Great Again hat, go in there and apply for another job. Thank your parents for supporting you for several more years. You helped create this.
To support universal school lunch and universal child care. Would you like to sign a petition?
I don't really appreciate being ambushed on camera. How would that work?
No, I actually don't believe that schools should buy kids lunch. I think it's up to the individual parents.
The big hand of government gets involved. They tend to manipulate preconditions that I would necessarily not support.
We're trying to meet the rest of our group.
Oh, you got to get to your group? Oh, okay.
So
to show that, we care about babies when they're out of the womb. Would you like to sign the petition?
Like Vance said, I'd have to look it up.
Are you interested in signing it?
I'd rather read about it first.
You can say yes or you can say no.
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody signed it yet?
No,
Nobody signed it yet. You are the first person.
Why?
Congratulations. So you're the first signature of the day. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Donald Trump.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So this Jeffrey Epstein issue is not dying down. It's not going to die down anytime soon. And Democrats would be really wise to exploit the fissures that this is creating within Donald Trump's base. Because over the weekend, a bunch of Trump voters laid into some of his allies. This was at a recent event. And one of Donald Trump's longtime allies is predicting that there's going to be a massive upheaval, that they're going to have a massive loss in the midterms if Donald Trump doesn't deal with this situation properly. There's also reason to believe now that Pam Bondi released a video, which you guys probably have seen. The video she released from inside the Epstein jail, that it was edited. And also, two of Donald Trump's allies had a massive blow up over this whole thing. So I have all of those details. I have more to share with you. On top of all that, I have some related FAFO social media posts. Before I get into all the juicy details, though, please do me a huge favor. Click the subscribe button below this video. It's free, really helps the show. I greatly appreciate it. So on to the latest. So last Friday, Turning Point USA held one of their student summits. And if this audience is any indication of the sentiment that's going on in Trump's base, he is done. He's DON, ain't got time, ain't got money to buy a vowel for the E. That kind of done. Steve Bannon was one of the featured speakers at this conference. And he, more than anyone, really has probably, out of all the MAGA influencers, he has his finger on the pulse of Trump's base. Well, check out what Bannon said to this pro-Trump crowd and how they reacted. So I'm going to play this for you guys.
It's not about just a pedophile ring and all that. This is about who governs us, right? And that's why it's not going to go away. For this to go away, can we blow the brake, by the way? Can we blow the brake, guys? For this to go away, you're going to lose 10% of the MAGA movement. If we lose 10% of the MAGA movement right now, we're going to lose 40 seats in 26. We're going to lose the president. They don't even have to steal it, which they're going to try to do in 28, because they're going to sit there and they've disheartened the hardest core populist nationalists that's always been who governs us.
There you go. 40 seat loss. That's what Steve Bannon is predicting. And for people on the podcast, they did a split screen of Bannon and the audience, and everyone was nodding and clapping.
Gen Z doesn't agree that $74,000 is middle class. No kidding, it's not even close. Check this out. If you take $74,000 for a Gen Z, or let's say they have a bachelor's degree and they're 25 years old. First of all, $74,000 is much higher than the average income. Most Gen Zers are probably making anywhere from 40 to 50, maybe 60, but let's use 74. The take home after taxes, 401k, and health insurance is $4,300. The average college monthly payment on a loan is about $500. You're down to $3,800. Let's say this person is financially responsible, decides to split a 2-bedroom apartment in a medium-sized city like Orlando, so that their payment is $1,200 a piece, $200 for utilities, so $1,400. Now, unless they're going to have Lucky Charms and peanut butter and jelly, their groceries are going to cost about $600 if they're trying to get chicken, beef, and some healthy stuff. You have a $400 car payment, $200 in insurance, $150 for gas, $100 for a cell phone, leaves you with $950. This is no savings, investment, no emergency fund. Let's give them at least $300 to go on a couple dates or hang out with their friends for the month so they can enjoy life a little bit. They're left with only $650. A bachelor's degree, $74K salary. You are splitting a 2-bedroom apartment with a friend and only have $650 left a month.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.